that likes a head trick. So it is going to be an interesting affair there.
Yeah, but unfortunately for now, Exno, we're going to have to say goodbye and have a chat with you later because it looks like we're almost ready to get into this first map. I'm looking forward to it. Should be a lot of fun this series, and we're going to jump straight into Dust 2. mouz NXT have had a good little run on this map since its re-inclusion back into the pool. Bait, I'll have to see how they go on it for the first time.
Indeed, it's going to be a lot of fun. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the CCT. If you just tuned in, this is going to be the semi-finals, the first one of the day here for the third online series. And joined here onto the mic, it's going to be myself, Atro, and Trav with me. And Travis, we're starting things off with Headtrick already showing us what he was made of yesterday with one headshot, looking in for more. And can he connect? No, he cannot. PR trades him back, and it's going to be a B side rush. Coming on down here from mouz. The Academy running on in, and Krizen finds the next to open up the side, plan away that bomb, and make this one a 3v4 retake on the pistol.
I wonder if mouz NXT is going to be a strategy they put in place for the rest of the game, because B is so difficult to retake when you don't have a tunnels flanker. They do have one this time, Bait, but it's only a 1-for-1 for Alex long range. Those dualies are kind of stacked on top of each other right now, though, on the big box. And that leaves Captain Kurtka with an opportunity to actually get his way through window. And here's where both these last two players are, and he actually will find Bermulov, but the time is an issue, and look at how Natu's playing it. He'll get back out of the doors and deal with Captain Kurtka, thankfully for them, and in the end, relatively comfortably. P250 recovered, mouz NXT take the T-pistol.
Indeed, they do. Now, I don't think we got to mention this back into the pregame as well, but mouz NXT and Bait have actually fought before, and quite recently as well. This month they fought in 2 best-of-3s, and one was inside of the CCT as well, which Bait managed to win both times throughout all the series, right? So again, Bait are coming into this one as favorites, but the T-sided pistol being taken on down here by mouz to start things off is a great momentum gainer out here for the Academy. If they can take down this force buy as well, they are into their capitalization. They find 3, and there's some happy lads moving on into the rest of this first half.
Force buy for Bait, Scout, a couple of MP9s, Deagle, and 5-7. And already, Headtrick is looking for something. Headtrick's form has been incredible as of late. And on the Scout, he's been looking pretty nice as well, even on these force buy rounds. And on Dust 2, this is the kind of map you'd want to use it on. Probably one of the main maps where the Scout is bought the most in the pool right now. So commonly on both sides, as Bermulov has his on the T side as well. Already we've got a pretty cool default for mouz NXT. Natives are stuck in spawn, and for good reason, in case a possibility of a flank comes through, and it's such an angle that you'll just never check in a month of Sundays, right? So it's a great clear from Natu, catches off one, and Bermulov already took down his fellow scouter and Headtrick. PR finds the entry, looking for more as well. Jumping players looking to try and maybe get some damage, but I don't think it's going to happen. Nice frag from Ascenthiel, but no more than that. And Zero will finish it off. mouz NXT clean up the force play, and that should mean they have a free path to a 3-0.
They should indeed. I like the fact that they were in the scout, they realized this, they planted it all down towards pit, and they just made a conga line down next to the wall, actually trying to get inside of the site. They find the first frag, they easily get into the site. So executions so far have been looking pretty damn decent out here for mouz, right? They've been decisive, going in, a single flash over the top, and it works out for the rest of the push. Now, Bait, they are going to be on the full eco, to be expected. This is not a round that we should really be taking a look on down to. It is going to be the round after this one onto the full buy to try to find themselves on over to a nice little advantage. PR trying to shut them all down here on the Galil, runs out of bullets, but Krizen and Bermulov are behind him to help him out in the end. So, mouz 3-0. Off to a great start, but the CT side will finally be having themselves their full buy. A1S is to be expected. An M4A4 coming out of Ascenthiel is going to be matched up by the Galil on PR. Now, I don't think they'll have a lot of util, and I'm going to be looking forward towards how many defuse kits they can actually get as well, because mouz are looking pretty damn aggressive today, and I think they could be getting and focusing up onto these sites rather than just trying to find the opening frags. So we'll see. And no defuse kits out here for the CT side.
Let's see how it pans out. Live on the op has been doing some good work lately. I've been quite happy with what I've seen from him. And of course, on that Vertigo that I got a chance to see the other day, the brand new Vertigo, there was that little boost over the top of the yellow wall, which worked so nicely. One of the three strats that mouz NXT are going to put in place on Dust 2. What is the option this time? And I think this one is going to be the mid to B one. And actually, they've kind of locked away the main portion of the defense here for Bait.
But hey, you do have PR down towards long trying to bait away, so if he finds a frag or something to work with down towards that A side, it could be a split down towards short as well. Right, that is why mid prio is very important for the T side here on Dust 2. But I was talking to Pop about this, Travis. I mean, you kind of mentioned it right now as well. There's not really that many strats to go about here in Dust 2, right? So you have to be kind of one-dimensional. You have to kind of just try out your luck. And if one of the three strats don't work, then just try the other two and hope for the best. 20 seconds left on the clock, though, and it is going to be that B hit on down from middle. How many can they find? Captain Kirk on one. MPL will be spamming away. And there you have it. Essential and Alex, they both find frags with the help of MPL. Complete shutdown away to this T side. Bait might be doing it flawlessly as well as Bermilov has to save away the AWP, and he might be caught off guard here onto short. Checks and turns away. Gets to run. Okay, yeah, so this is already off to a great opening round here on the full buy for Bait.
Actually really curious there for mouz NXT. They got their smokes down toward the CT area, of course, but they kind of delayed the play into the site, as you can see at the top of your screen, until like 12-15 seconds to go. It was a little bit late and it was a little bit of a rush. They kind of were hoping that Bait went for a little bit more of an information play and maybe got a 5 versus 4 early on, but Bait stayed stock solid. And there's nothing really they could do about it. mouz NXT, Senthil and Annex play well. Obviously there's some damage to those smokes as well. You saw the CT player charging through and shooting through the corner of that smoke to do a lot of good damage. Which of course is the main difference with Dust 2 these days, the smokes that can be shot through and seen through and broken open. Already a bit of a duel in the following round. Headtrick gets away with his kill, but he's down to 18 HP now. Captain Kurtka did drop alongside Syrup, so it's a 4 versus 4.
MPL coming down towards short here. We'll be having a face-off against the IGL out here for the T side. Kristen holds it down, but gets fully flashed away. Alex finds one. MPL traded back by the nade, but it doesn't matter now. PR's last man standing, 1v3. Needs to find a couple of headshots to work out this round by himself. And he checks down middle. It's going to be a double peek on down. And oh, just toying with him, Alex. Plays around the double doors. Manages to strafe away all those bullets and wins out the round, making this one 3-2. Bait are slowly but surely getting back into this game, and economy is nowhere to be seen out here for the T side. So it should just be a clean and even 3-3. Did Kristen force away the scout, or was it saved away from the last round? Yeah, it was forced away, right?
I mean, why not? He had a bit of one tiny bit of extra cash, but he's going to try and get some headshots through the doors. We know how possible that can be. Seen some ridiculous scout plays through those mid doors over the years. Oh, Syrah, he is pretty screwed, I think, now. Bermilov will pick up that scout. Of course, the sniper of the team trying to do some work, and he finds MPL as well. Talking about the scout. They didn't realize Alex was here, though. Can Bermilov hit another headshot before Alex gets away from the doors? Oh, it's a spooky one, but he'll just get away with it. Captain Kurtka is going to be pushing in through short as well to try and help out in what should have been a much cleaner round for Bait.
Should have been, but Bermilov, he's still looking for more. He even tagged away Alex through the double doors, and now Captain Kurtka holding down short. He needs to find the lineup to take all three down, because if he doesn't, next man up is going to be Alex down towards that CT position. It's going to be quite tough to try to get back inside of the site, especially if they're just going to rush it over with a picked up A1S. Good repositions though, 45 seconds, and they're shift walking their way in through short right now. Still waiting on Bermilov to find yet another headshot as PR does have a rifle in hand. Bermilov actually does it, and there you go. Nate finds a headshot somehow. The scout, the investment worked out, and mouz find the triple. Essential left into the 1v2, and Nate holding off the line here. Deagle in hand connects on the headshot. Nate and Bermilov clean as ever managed to get mouz on an incredible round. Hero Scout connects on the shots. There you have it, Travis. This is 4-2, and mouz have to take a tactical timeout because of that.
Oh, once Headtrick got that one, I thought for sure it was going to be just a calm round. But look at this. Look how much time Bermilov had there to line up the shot on Captain Kurtka, and seeing the POV of his first 2 kills. Thanks to our replay operators for that one. That's great to catch. Really sick from Bermilov. A scout, as we wanted to see. Does great work. And Bait, of course, now have to reinvest everything that they had tried to save up in the last couple of rounds. mouz NXT can bounce straight back. A couple of players surviving, of course, as well, and winning on a half investment just bolsters your own money so much. Look at Nato and PR's cash now. Put in reserve.
Now, remember, this is the map pick coming out of mouz, right? So the more they get onto this T side, the easier it's going to get, and the better it's going to get for their CT side moving on down to the second half. So they're just trying to keep it up and keep it going. MPL and Headtrick, I like the fact that they're both playing short out here. They're leaving down another player, Captain Kurtka, in through to long as well to open up the site. But mouz, they're playing this one very passively, I'd say. I mean, I was definitely expecting a little bit more of an aggressive play down out here from Crimson Skull. They know who they're fighting, and Bait right now peeking on down. MPL finds the double. Well played from the peak. I think there was a flash attempt there as well. Didn't get caught off by anyone. And now mouz with the man disadvantage will have to fight the low HP Headtrick and half HP MPL. Don't think that will matter out here as utility gets thrown about in towards short. MPL backs away, and this will be a very tough call to make here for mouz. Do they go for it? Do they try the B site? Or is this just a full save?
40 seconds to make a decision. Bait managed to bounce straight back here. That'd be huge for them. Sometimes losing to those sort of rounds can be a little bit frustrating, knowing that, well, it should have been even now. But they do have everything, as I said, with all of the full purchase still in play, and they've used it to great effect. But Headtrick needs to be ready. It looks like mouz NXT are going to prepare something towards short here. They've got lots of utility still to use. And 13 seconds to cross through elbow and get the bomb planted. Captain Kurtka can just hide, wait for a timing. Maybe he didn't need to swing there, Captain Kurtka. Because look at this, the plant's only going to go down with 4 seconds on the clock. They're trying to deny it with the jumps. It does come through, but it's not going to matter. Headtrick takes it in the end. And although mouz NXT do get a little bit of cash injection from the plant, Bait do win the round with 4 players alive. So very important for them, not losing anything really. With that last little bit of a cat play coming through from mouz NXT. And they'll close the gap to 1 again.
Now, this is interesting, right? Because there was an AWP down on the ground. They could have had the double op setup. How do you feel about the double op setup here on this too, right? Because you can send one down towards A, towards long, and you can send one down towards B if you want to hold in tunnels, right? But do you feel like it's good enough, or did they do the right thing by holding down to the AKs instead?
I think that Dust 2 is probably one of the only maps in the pool right now where a double AWP on CT side in particular is very justifiable. T side, if you've got lots of cash, then why not? You have a couple, but I would still agree on one. Interesting, they're using the MAC-10s on this fast long pop though. Crimson will do his job with that MAC-10, get his 1-for-1 to activate his riflers. And look at this play from NPL, going through the other corner of the smoke. That's a bit aggressive, let's say, from NPL. He is, we'll go down on that one. And Natu finding Alex Essential, finding Natu in a quick response, but means it keeps it in a 3v2 on 1-man advantage for mouz NXT. And they're going to go through T-spawn to avoid getting caught by Essential here. There's a possibility Essential can maybe cut off this play. He manages to catch PR on long. But
There's also
the problem is there's no one on B right now.
There's also a big possibility here. PR gets unaccounted for. He's allowed to roam free here, and he's able to find the frag, ending off the whole round. So it very much depends on how PR plays this one, because even on the retake, they could still attempt it, even though they don't have a defuse kit. If they're quick with it, it should be fine. And now out here, checking on down, making noise in towards the pit. It is going to be the kill from PR. He's going to get traded, but now it doesn't matter. A 1v2, I don't think Essential is going to go for this one. Rather than just doing that, he's going to be going in ahead and saving the AWP, right? Oh, not looking like it. And now he's going back. Yeah, there it is. That's going to be the safe call on the up. And that is going to be another round on the board here for mouz. The Academy pick up 5, and the half is looking great out here. They're keeping Bait at an arm's length distance, right? They're not trying to let them get too close, but at the same time, when they see a round pass by, they prioritize economy. They've been playing really well so far, and their protocols are looking pretty damn decent, besides just the sheer raw aim power that we got to see out of Bermilov and Natu, Krisen and PR as well. Everybody's pulling through out here for mouz, and it's a decent start here for the Academy.
The map that they've been happy to go toward, of course, since its re-inclusion back into the pool. And I think that's probably one of the main reasons why I would 100% favour them on map 1. Bait, not any record on this map with this lineup. And even though it's a map which I think would favour them pretty strongly, in my opinion, actually, in terms of play style. Obviously, we've not seen it yet, so this is the first instance of it. Head trick, I think it's an AWP's map, so I think he'd do really well. I think their riflers have got the style to really show up on Dust 2. Let's see how it goes on T side though, because obviously we know Dust 2 right now feels like a very T-sided map in this pool. I think it might become the most T-sided in the long run. We'll have to see. So if Bait can somehow grab 4 or 5 rounds on this CT half, they're absolutely not out of this game.
Yeah, surely not. I do believe it's going to get down to a close best of 3. I mean, we are taking a look at the semifinals, right? So we're not expecting just whitewashes coming on down and absolutely decimating the scorelines here. I do think we're going to get to see some close series. But until they start going at it, until they start actually finding these rounds on the conveyor belt here, it is going to be one coming out of Alex, trading on back down. Syra finds him. Ooh, head trick. Imagine he just pulled the trigger there on top mid. Instead, he holds down the line, lets MPL do his job. Clears out short, no one there. PR comes right back around here, and he could be caught off guard by DWP, but misses out on the first shot. Now doesn't connect on the second one either. Dinked on through the double doors and forced to run away. Head trick still left with his life here. But it is looking scary. PR connecting some great shots. Utility thrown out, and Essential finds one as Head trick finds the next. MPL cleans up, and Bermilov, last man standing, will try to find himself a clutch as he takes down 2, looks down towards short. Bermilov, that's the triple. Head trick 1v1, AWP in hand and 24 HP. He brings out the USP. This is not the right play. Just holding the op and try to find the kill, because right now you have the headshot and you find the double tap. Head trick saves it and manages to win out the round here for Bait. Insanity as Bermilov. Oh, I'm sure he's pretty mad about that one. I mean, that was a beautiful 3K to almost find the clutch, but still very nice try.
Oh, you saw it in the player cam there for Bermilov. Just pushed himself away from the desk and hands behind the head. He did absolutely everything right in that clutch. Bait almost gave him a wonderful opportunity. They did really, really well to put themselves in such an advantage. I think MPL blew open the smoke towards short. There it is. Just recovered there for that kill on toward Krisen. But Bermilov just does it all here. Gets run down by Captain Kurtka, but he has 1v1 duels everywhere other than that. Unfortunately, he just doesn't expect Head trick to already be on the ramp, and the very, very calm USP double headshot. Beautifully done by Head trick. And immediately in the following round, we're brawling toward long. Alex will find Krisen. And Captain Kurtka seems to think he's got a player locked in behind the blue box, but Zera's actually right in front of him. Do they know it? Oh, it's very awkward. Who figures it out first? They're hugging. They're loving each other in the smoke right now. Zera finally finds the frag, and MPL, at least he's there for the immediate trade.
He is indeed. Post-plant situation though, 3v4, and there are diffuse kits out here for the CT side. MPL coming back in from long. He is going to be able to catch off the first one off guard as he pushes, and that's going to be the short player, elbow player being spotted out as well. Vermilov falls down to half HP, and it is going to be PR. Last man standing, runs out of bullet zone of Hamas. PR shuts down 2, goes in for the defuse. The Sentiel doesn't have enough time. If he had a defuse kit, the round would have been won already. PR has to go on in. Does he have the time to defuse? Sentiel, oh, he runs out of time, but on the last second, PR goes in and finds the headshot. You can see it on a Sentiel. He's a little bit mad about that one, but I would be too. Coming down to the last millisecond. Oh my goodness, PR so happy to be putting up that round.
From the frustrations of the previous round to the laughs and giggles of this one, PR loving that. And yeah, I'm actually I'm so surprised Essential just didn't commit to holding it at the very end there. I mean, sure, he probably knows he's going to go down, but surely his only option is just to commit to the defuse when you're that close to completing it. Just to hope your opponent misses the immediate shot. I don't know, man. I feel like there's only one choice in that one, and Essential chose the opposite of that. And now there's a chance for mouz NXT to really put their foot down in this half. I think if there's a great chance at an 8-4 if they can find this round cleanly. But already an opening frag goes Alex's way.
9 HP onto Essential though as the pushdown B happens. mouz in the penultimate round of the first half here are going to be leaving 2 of their players down to low HP. The Galils are going to start running away as Captain Kirka. He could hope to pick up a rifle on a kill. Bomb runs back down to the A site though, which is completely empty by the way. Bait have given it up. PR has taken advantage of it. Vermilov. Nice headshot onto the star player out here for Bait. Not star player in this map though. He's 7 and 9. That's gonna be Alex taking up the reins there. And PR spots out one trigger. This display is beautiful from PR. There you have it. Heard the player down on short making steps. Shuts him down and now basically wins the round out here for mouz. Such a well-timed play coming out of PR. Headtrick, last man standing, does manage to shut him down. But now Headtrick would need an incredible 3K to finish this one off. And he checks behind as well. Ooh, finds Natu. Now this round could have been doable if he had armor in the defuse kit. But he doesn't, so he decides to save away the rifle.
Yeah, makes sense. Headtrick does a really good job there at fighting his way out. He might even try and catch one more on the exit, but I doubt mouz NXT will give him any more duels, knowing that it's very possible for more damage to be done. Actually, he's going to hold for it, Headtrick. Why not? I think he does get spotted ever so slightly on the fall back away there, but yeah, mouz NXT will cross safely. So Headtrick will save the Galil. Nice 2 scout shots, especially the one on PR. PR had no idea, but it's still hard to grab a frag in the side of the head when your opponent isn't looking at you, when they're moving around like he was on short like that. Sometimes the easy shots with the scout when you're aiming for just the head are the hard ones to hit. But he gets away with it. And PR does great work in that round. So at least a 7-5 guaranteed for mouz NXT. Bait, last round of the half, obviously have to force up as much as possible. That's why the save of the Galil was really important for Headtrick. But I think mouz NXT know the state of the Bait economy, know that it's a really low purchase, a tough force buy on this final round of the half, and will know that just a pure long play should be enough to overwhelm them with the weaponry advantage. And so far, it has.
It has indeed. It's 3v4 now though. Headtrick on a Galil, Essential as well. And honestly, the scariest weapon right now for the CT Summit is going to be that Deagle onto MPL. He's looking on down the barrel of the enemy. And if he can find something to work with here on the hand cannon, it could be great, but he doesn't. Runs away, half HP now. Smoke doesn't really block too much out here as they can go back to car and basically wrap around it, go to the A side and plant away the bomb. MPL calls in for reinforcements down from short, and the reinforcements are going to fall before him. Headtrick taken on down. Essential as well. Natu opening up every single possibility in this round. And now it's a clear fire shot towards the 8th round lead out here for mouz. They take this one up and they make it an 8-4 split. Now this is looking great out here for the Academy as they move into their city side of Dust 2 on their own map pick. This should not be an issue to try to convert depending on how the pistol goes. If mouz wins out the second pistol as well, I think Bait are going to be in for a bit of a bind to be starting off the semifinals.
course, Nuke being the second map, I would definitely give Bait a good shot at recovering the series on that one. But obviously, we know that mouz NXT is a map they play a hell of a lot as well. I mean, I say it's a map they play a hell of a lot. To be fair to both these two teams, they both play a hell of a lot. I mean, these two have been two of the biggest grinders at this level of CS so far this year. And just examples for Bait: 31 on Ancient, 30 on Anubis, 40 on Mirage. Kind of insane. mouz NXT, 36 on Vertigo, even a couple on the new Vertigo, 32 on Ancient themselves. It's actually incredible how much they play.
40 on Mirage, holy.
Yeah.
Damn. That's more than some teams have played in the whole map, Vito. But either way, Bermilov and Natu find frags of their own, and now they clean up house. Natu is looking great today here. Not his usual performance, which I definitely do enjoy. And oh, Syra, that was clean on Essential. PR cleans up house there. And it's the pistol round for mouz. So yeah, Bait will be in for indeed a bit of a bind here for this Dust 2. Although, Travis, it's the CCT, right? We've seen so many more big comebacks, bigger than just 5-round leads, right? So nothing would amaze us. At least nothing would amaze me. Can't really talk for you. But
I mean, I think we've both been around long enough now to listen, to kind of understand that madness does tend to prevail.
yeah.
But you know what? We've had some pretty entertaining first half, I think it's fair to say, between these two. Couple of great clutches, of course. Great attempts from Bermilov we saw before Headtrick double dinked him out of the round. And I think mouz NXT know they're in pole position with this map pick. Bait not having proved anything on it as of yet. Now, of course, they're in a significant advantage in this round too. Headtrick has got that scout out, of course, but he's going to have to pull a Bermilov to get Bait back into this round. Krizen's got a scout of his own. Extra bit of damage being put into play as well. And it looks like Bait's answer is going to be Cat. Bermilov is going to be here. He's going to re-smoke on a good timing, but they might just choose to go straight through this. Let's see. There is that first. Looking for a second. And yes, he gets 4. That's lovely against the eco. And not easy to do with the FAMAS as well. So I think that raises the skill level of that play up a few numbers.
A few degrees indeed, my goodness. I saw his hand going from left to right and I thought, okay, he's losing the spray, he's gonna go down surely to someone. But no, apparently, he was just tagging them all down to be able to really cleanly shut them all away. And yeah, that's just amazing. Bermilov finds the Quadra, even though it was against Glocks, right? I mean, he still manages to stay alive there, save away another rifle and played forwards into the next round, so well done either way. It's going to be round number 15 on a full investment coming out here for Bait. And it's only a scout for Headtrick, right? He is going to go down to Krizen the moment I mentioned that. And now PR should be able to shut down at least one here on that AK. Oh, but apparently not. The thing goes through first, but Alex, greater weapon here as Krizen is just opening up middle. My goodness, Krizen, how many more can you find? Looking down for the third as well. Brings out the P250. Doesn't connect on these shots. Throws out the Molotov. And have you seen that now the Molotov has like green or bluish fire?
Yeah, little blue bits around the edge, and of course if you run through it as well, it like catches on your feet, like when the embers when you run through it afterwards. It is pretty cool, but it is smaller and worse, sadly, the incendiary these days. So we'll just see how that plays out in the future once more maps are played with this update. But so far, I think it's it seems to be a lot smaller and a bit easier for teams to traverse past, especially on Dust 2 and Natu. Close mid, not put off by the utility that was thrown there before. Stands his ground, gets himself a couple of kills, and now Essential needs to try and get one in response, and it's not going to happen against Krizen's Scout. He gets 2 in this round, make that 3 to finish it off. And mouz NXT up 11-4. Bait on low economy. This is looking like the first map in mouz NXT's favor, without a doubt.
What happened this first Dust 2 with Scouts? I mean, first it was Bermilov, now it's Krizen, right? Finding headshot after headshot. It's had more impact than an actual AWP. Because Bermilov has been on the op, right? Krizen only picked up the Scout for shits and giggles, right? Trying to find himself a kill here and there maximum. But instead he wins out the whole round, basically, because of it. So, I don't know. Hetrick is on one as well. Good nades on down to Alex. Essentially trades it back on towards long, sure, but now it's PR to try to deal away even more damage. But you lose out this round, it's going to be 12 on the board for mouz. And from that point forward, Bait, I don't know how many chances you've got. Essential finds another trade, and they try to pick up the rifles down onto long here. Crizzen checks in behind, and he could perhaps find something to work with here. Maybe even the double up. Here comes the flash, and that's going to be one. Looking in for the second. Doesn't get it, but deals damage. So, yeah.
Forcing Hetrick away. Natu will deal with MPL comfortably. And I thought that round may have got a little bit interesting once PR got his 2 kills long, but only the 2, and it could have possibly been more. We saw how much he was fighting in the open. Could have been allowed to fall back and play for a bit more time, but decided to fight straight up. Doesn't matter, he's fine. And so, our mouz NXT. Vermilov finished it off with the AWP, not the Scout this time. I feel like we've seen more Scout kills than AWP kills, actually, in this game so far, incredibly. Yeah. But, yeah, mouz NXT, very, very comfortable. A map that they've adopted into their pool very early on, and I think it's definitely helping teams play with it and use it to their advantage in vetoes. Of course, the main factor in this veto is the fact that Vertigo, of course, is the new Vertigo. It absolutely wouldn't have been banned out by Bait if it was the old Vertigo, and I'm sure they would have banned us too. So, with that veto option, it kind of gives mouz NXT basically a free map in this semi-final.
And the form they have into this first map is great as well. Everybody onto the CT side, besides Sara, who's been playing a great supporting role, has always had the bomb on his back onto that T side, has always been flashing away every single play, right? Everyone is pulling through with the kills. Everyone is being decisive. Everybody has a part in this game. For Bait, on the other hand, I wish I could say the same thing about MPL and Captain Kirka, right? MPL was not someone I was expecting this out from, and Captain Kirka definitely has his days where they're better or worse, and I'm sad to see that today is looking like a bit of a worse day. But maybe he is going to be coming back after a while here, as, Bernilov wanted to go in for that no-scope, didn't have the time to pull the trigger though, and now Chris is going to fall down as well. Bait might just be staying in the game for a bit longer before ending this one off. mouz 2v4. And Syra, that's a great start. Maybe he's not only going to be that supporting player anymore.
That's a lovely tap. Captain Kirka has a top mid flank, of course, though. Alert. Oh, he's seen him. Hang on a moment. If Syra can just win this duel straight up toward mid. Oh, he tries to play with that one so cheekily. Tapping through the door. Not trying to make Captain Kirka guess when he's going to swing and keep himself super unpredictable. But to be fair to Captain Kirka, he's only had 3 kills in this game so far. But he takes his 4th when it was looking like Syra was really setting up for a big swing headshot. Not to be this time. PR is miles away, saving the AWP. So Bait will keep himself in play on D2 for a little while longer.
Yes, they will. PR saves away an AWP though. And now that talk about the double AWP setup could be again on the talks on the board, because there is like $9K right now onto Bermilov. Definitely could pick it up if you wanted to. I don't feel like there's that pressure though for mouz to really be going in for any strats. Like, they're just gonna go in, they pick up the double AWP setup, they hand it on over to Natu actually, not to Crizzen. And they're just gonna be trying to out-aim Bait at this point in time on Dust 2, preparing themselves for nuke. Don't think they need to do anything else right now.
Yeah, just an important factor now will be for them to try and win this map cleanly, right? Don't let it run on for no reason. Don't put yourself under any unnecessary stress, I suppose. Make sure you get it done and dusted and focus your attention to map 2 immediately. I wouldn't be surprised if Bait's thoughts are currently already a little bit on nuke. It's definitely a vague weakness of mouz NXT. As I said, it's one they play a hell of a lot, but not one they have their best win rate on. Whereas Bait, it's been one of their main picks as of late. So that's one of the main reasons why I thought we're very likely to see a 3rd map decider here. It'll be a great one to see if we do get to Ancient, but that is a long way in the future just yet. Crizzen in position. Essential, does he check the left? Yes, he does, but he gets taken down, and MPL has to trade.
2. Oh,
close.
Gets traded out though. Captain Kirka managed to find him out here. 3v3, and the EWP gets taken out as well, but maybe Not just yet. I thought that was Bermilov trying to get inside of the side, but first it was PR to go down. 2v2 now remaining. Alex, good position on the flank around here. Can find them both, but only goes for one. Now Bermilov, last man standing here, is going to get double peek. Bermilov finds one and looked in for the second, but the timing, it was great coming out here for Bay. They talked it out. Head trick really made the 3-2-1 in from that smoke and manages to find himself on another round and on another kill. So, mouz still not in bright blue waters just yet, right? I mean, they do have Tobiz in their backline. They could always fall back to him, call out the tackle pause, and kind of just try to hit that mental reset, because just like the main mouz squad, mouz NXT also need to have that kind of tendency in their brain to say it's not over till it's over, right? The bell hasn't been rung, so it's not over. We should still give it our all. We should still try our best, and I think they are. Oh, and they definitely are when Nate is pulling off shots like that. But yeah, they still have to go through it. It's not over just yet.
Scout is just so difficult to face
Wow.
when it's just strafing from left to right in the mid doors. We know this, of course, but it looks like it's going to be a massive struggle for Alex. Wow, how does he recover that spray? That looked like that was absolutely in no man's land, but he still gets both those 2 kills from a 5v3 for mouz on this eco back into a 3v3. Alex is seeing more information over the top of that mid smoke as well, but look at where Krizen's put himself. Past the mid doors. I think Alex will know that now when he sees the trajectory of that nade. They're going to try and work their way up long. This scout is still in play, and if it has a chance to do some spam work perhaps through that smoke, then who knows, but he's not going to deny the bomb plant on the cross. So I think Bait have found a way to recover this one. Krizen still pretty close. Spooky in elevator. Do they check it properly? Yes, they do. Well done, Captain Kurtgut. Just covering his bases there, and will secure Bait their 7th. And you rightly pointed out Tobiz, of course. I'm going to take the opportunity to say now, if you haven't seen his tweet yet, for those, some of you who may be saying specific things, I urge you to go and have a look at his tweet that he tweeted this morning. So that's all I'll say. Bermilov is trying to AWP his way out of trouble here to save the AWP alongside Natu with a recovered AK. And the damage they've done in this round is a good reward to save those 2 weapons.
It is. Now, taking a look on down though, I mean, we can both kind of say that right now, mouz, all they need to do is just get one of those opening frags to really have the man advantage and keep it up. Natu's been looking amazing, 18-9. Bermilov as well, 21-9. Such a performance out here onto the first map. And it's kind of flown under the radar as well, because he hasn't had any big flashy plays besides that scout one down in like round number 12 or something that it was. So, coming into this one, Bait, the fact that they're picking up rounds is still good for them, because they're able to actually warm themselves up even more, preparing themselves up for that nuke. Now, push on down towards long though. Interesting calls being made out here by Krizen, trying to go on in and overwhelm the T side, but that's not happening. MPL's finding another headshot. Krizen finally trades it out, and then Bermilov walking while shooting definitely won't help his AWP aim. As a 2v4 now ensues. It went from pretty good to a little bit bad out here for mouz, trying to hold down this line. And Natu finds 2 though. Natu needs 2 more. Can he find it?
Damn. The nade opening the smoke there toward that CT cross. Mentioned how impactful that could be. Now we're playing Dust 2 once again. Head trick though. Doesn't stop Natu from doing anything too fancy. Tries to rotate round toward long. Natu's had a fantastic map. He's 20-10. He's been feeling it. But no clutch for him this time. And he would have had to keep running like that because, of course, he had no kit picked up. So here's a replay of the long battle. PR tries to launch his way through that smoke. Gets deleted by MPL. And then once that long smoke is broken open, as you can see there, they get so much intel, MPL, for the rest of the team about where exactly mouz NXT are playing on that long area. Bermilov spotted out. They knew they could just pre-fire him, force him away with utility. Very comfortable in the end for Bait. So the gap was 12-4. It's now 12-8. The comeback is certainly begun, but Bait can't afford any more mistakes to try to get back to overtime.
Indeed. They have to go pretty damn flawless right now. 4 more back to back if they want to take us into overtime. Now, let me take a look. What is the actual reason for the technical timeout. Don't think one has been called out yet, but we're going to figure it out. Either way, still, CS2 has had, even after the updates, the issues about the crashes, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure that a lot of players have still had to kind of reset their PC, not reset their PCs, but restart their games because of just the random crashes that CS2 still does. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so frustrating. I mean, I've been having that quite a lot until recently. I got in contact with a guy to try and help me, and he very thankfully optimized my PC. So I've got to give great thanks to that, and I haven't had a crash since. So maybe it's something that a lot of these players will have to do. He apparently optimized like 100 PCs at the major. So if there's one person I should be trusting, it probably should be him, and probably these professional players should be trusting too. So hopefully. The new update, of course, is rumoured to stop that crash as well, so hopefully in the future we see less and less of that. But this round is getting interesting. The AWP of Bermulov. Forced up, gets one. Prison gets one with the Deagle, and flies up the AK and just straight spams Alex through mid-doors. That's a full spam as well, not just a low HP player that he catches. A full spray down through the door. And now Bait with Captain Kutko and a head trick need a 2v4 to stay alive on Dust 2.
Imagine that's how we ended it, right? Not on a full buy, not a mouz on double op setup, no. Just mouz on a single op play and 5-7s managing to somehow win out this round. And it's going to be Bermulov again trying to deny the long push, playing together. mouz, I like it. Right, that's the idea. You don't have a buy, you have to stick together. And Bermulov onto the scope out here from CT is going to get fully smoked away here. And imagine that shot connected. It would have been over out here for the remaining player for Bait. But instead, it's still going to be the 2v4 coming in from short. Bermulov tries to link up with his team right here. And Nate, who is going to fall up first. Nate doesn't really deal any damage as that second one tagged away Syra just a tad bit. Here comes the run boost though. Bermulov checks and connects. Beautiful out here for the mouz NXT squad. It's a 3v1 as Hetrick falls. There it is. GG's on the first map. It is going to be mouz taking away their own map pick of Dust 2 here. And next one up is going to be Muke. But this has already been a great start to the series. Bait really fall back even though mouz were like, what, 12-4 up?
Yeah, I mean, it shows a good sign for Bait, of course, to get back into this series. We know they should be favoured on Nuke, but we knew mouz NXT were favoured on Dust 2, and they certainly proved it. They have tried to adopt this map since its re-inclusion to the pool, whereas Bait have not yet played it until today. So, great start for mouz NXT, and I've been quite impressed with what I've seen from their individuals, especially.
Predictions as far as score lines will go, honestly, I'm thinking this is going to be a bit more of a one-sided affair coming on down here for Bait if they manage to find their momentum. But if they can't, and this does get to actually go the way of mouz NXT, because it honestly could, Trav, I think we're going to be taking a look on down to like a 13-10, 13-11 sort of deal.
Let's see how it goes. Close door for Alex. He's already going to open it up toward Nate 2 and try and play directly behind the door, actually. Now, this is an angle that might not be checked. And he's got 30 bullets with the dualies to do some great work from that position, but he only gets one. Ooh. He's flanked out by NPL. That's a really good clear and head trick. He manages to find Bermulov as well. And it's a complete wipeout for Bait. Brilliant start to Nuke. And the fast A play is already a success.
Yeah, running and gunning is the best modus operandi out here for those Glocks, the dualies as well. They just ran on down and found all the frags needed. Captain Kirk is going to have enough cash in for a full buy next round as well. And everybody's going to be happy out here for the T side. mouz, it's the first pistol round. They don't actually manage to win on out here into this best of 3. And we do expect them to be able to win most of these pistol rounds because they've got a very good, very good operations when it comes down to just starting off the round. You know, actually playing on down to only the theoreticals. They've got great theoreticals imbued in them by their coach Tobis again. But yeah, coming on down round number 2 here, it is going to be the investment coming out here, the half investment I think coming out of mouz. We do get to see the MP9s, the scout. Yeah, Bermulov's back on the scout, back on the scope here. So let's see how they're going to be playing it around it. I think he will be going outside, right? Yeah, there it is.
So with the force buy coming in from mouz NXT, actually, you know, somewhat surprised they've gone for it, but I think it is a bit map dependent as to whether a CT side forces into the second round these days. I think close range angles of nuke can certainly lean your way to giving it a go, but Zenthiol is not giving Bermulov any space to work with. He may get tagged by that scout, but the MAC-10 will run him down. Early man advantage, and Natu is going to push through in toward lobby, but guess who's waiting there? It's NPL in the default, covering every eventuality right now, our bait. PR has a FAMAS, he's trying to bait Syrah in with the 5-7, but Syrah can't get it done, and that was the opportunity to really step up, and now there's no bullets left on the FAMAS. PR has to go to the USP. He may hit a dink, and that might set up Chrism for some more damage, but is he going to check close right already on Captain Kurtka? He gives it a look, but he has an advantage, Captain Kurtka, in that duel, and Bait find their second.
If at least there would have been 3 kills made in that round for the CT side, then Bait would have had to reinvest into this one, and it would have been a closer affair down to the next few rounds. But now, it is going to be that full reinvestment coming out here for Bait. It's going to get a bit easier, right, getting on over to the third, and then moving on into round number 4. That's going to be where we're actually going to get to see if mouz can actually bite back or not. If they can bounce back and find some rounds, or if Bait are gonna have just a one-way street start out here into this nuke. As the USPs are back on track, holding into the A side here. If the MAC-10s find any of these frags, kill bonus is gonna go out the window. It is going to be overflowing. And is that the boost? Yes, it is. Bermulov. Does he catch anybody off guard? No, he loses out his step. Still manages to find one though.
A little boost, a little stack on the rafters. Obviously, try and see the USPs put into place to try and do as much damage as possible on these sort of rounds. The air vent stack outside is a good one, but yeah, even though they have everyone in place, it's expected that Bait take that round comfortably. And now the buy round proper comes through for mouz NXT. Bermulov's got his AWP out. M4's in play. M4A4 on Natu, it seems to be a favourite of his. He seems to prefer the A4, and of course now it's been taken down to 3 grand rather than 3.1. It means he can afford a full belt of utility in this run. So, to be fair, it's also my favourite as well. I do prefer the A4 overall. Deep play outside actually coming in from Syrah immediately on this opening gun round. Willing to play super aggressive so early on. And the flash is kind of ruining his life right now, trying to use a smoke to keep himself alive, but NPL will not allow that.
They won't. Still outside pressure though. Forced to run on back a little bit. Bait having most of their firepower out here in towards lobby. Maybe a Zenthiol trying to move on in here, aggressing on down to PR, and his teammate Bermulov still left alive though. Is gonna go down to the trade back. Alex manages to find one. PR still not yet spotted. There's a trigger this one, finds one, finds a second, looks for the third, has to reload though, needs to run away, and now brings out the knife as well. Good movement out here from PR as he connects on the third as well. PR beautifully played out here to win out the round basically, but still not over. Half HP onto MPL. PR could have found the quadra in that round.
Yeah, really gave it a go. Well, one thing I will say about PR, I think I really love his individual level and what he does in these sort of rounds where he just pops off. I do think he can overheat sometimes. I do think he can push for one more kill when it wasn't entirely necessary. Not saying that MPL is going to win this clutch. It's going to be very, very tough and actually very unlikely. But I think in the future, if he wants to absolutely be the best professional he can be, it would be to not push for that 4th kill. He does absolutely incredible job there to get 3, and he'd be happy with that though. They should secure this round. It's close for NPL to be able to find Chrism, but not going to happen. Low HP means an instant headshot for Chrism, and mouz NXT will get off the mark on nuke. Some smiles on the faces in the player cams as well. Good to see.
Yeah, finally a little bit of better morale out here for mouz, right? Because morale is really something they have to work towards, right? To actually keep stable. Because it's very touch and go. They're very happy they win a round, and then the next they're a bit tilted that they lost a huge clutch. So, I mean, yeah, they're young. I get it. It's something that they're used to right now. But it will have to change later down the line. Again, that all just comes down from experience though, and they're getting it. They're more than most teams right now with the amount of games they're playing. They're getting a lot of experience out here these days. The same can be said about Bait, as Headtrick tries to push down outside. Is going to be losing out his head indeed. MPL trades it back, and now back to the 4v4. I'm going to be taking a look on down to see if Crizin can take down Captain Kirk or not.
Oh, getting him locked in that garage angle there. Captain Kurt Crizin somehow finds a way to jump away from that. NPL didn't swing to try and maybe put a few bullets through the smoke to help in forcing him out and taking him out. But he's allowed to retreat. 4v4, NATO still tasked with holding the A bomb site. 45 seconds, and Bait now up to them to make a decision on what they want to do in this round. They've got kind of decent map control for multiple choices, but if they do go toward ramp, then they would be going toward 2 players, and that's why Bermilov is making a lot of noise rotating down. But look at this, Essential's hearing absolutely everything here. I think he might know that 2 have gone down toward B. 20 seconds, Essential could have a really god-tier play here. Bait could maybe fly up the vents and go back toward A. Nature's the only one here. That's exactly the plan we're putting forth. 15 seconds, Nature has to do it all. He finds 1 but needs 2, and he's not going to get 2 with Essential coming in from that heaven angle. What a brilliant lurk that is from Essential, and Alex will cover his bomb planter as well. What a brilliant, well-thought-out round there from Bait.
Yeah, but it was a big risk take as well. I mean, you got to see Crizin push out through that smoke. If he connected a headshot down onto Captain Kirka, the bomb wouldn't have gone down. There would have been 5 seconds remaining. I don't know if they would have actually gone in on plant or not. So now, Bermilov, last man standing, 1v3 outside into secret. Not enough time. Is going to be saving this round away. And it is going to be 4-1 for the Ukrainian side. Bait managed to put up round after round here. And they will be stringing together a pretty nice streak here for the beginning of Nuke. And it's important, the fact that they managed to actually only lose out the single round where they were on a bonus buy. They keep economy alive, and they're playing Nuke right now by the book. If you are on the T side, right, you can tell this is a map that they're comfortable on. It is a map that they picked into, and mouz, well, Tobias is gonna finally make his voice heard here. So we'll see what kind of impact that has on the players, or if it's not going to have any impact on the players. But usually Tobias is a man that can get through to these 5.
Really love that strat from Bait on the previous round. It's purely off of the map control that Essential takes. Sure, he's given that information by the fact that mouz NXT do make a lot of noise rotating down toward B. But once he can get through ramp, he realizes that it's no point flanking the B players. Going up toward heaven and making sure they get a quick trade on the 1A defender is the right idea, and that's exactly what they put in place. You can see that one coming, and it's nice to see it work out for Bait to put mouz NXT on another low investment, of course. Just 1 gun saved over. They find a way to MP9 and M4 Sing, get the pistols to jump in first, perhaps to run in for a trade. Any advantages on this sort of round will be precious for mouz NXT, but Bait have played enough Nuke recently to know how to default carefully and calmly in rounds like this. So they'll be trying to use all their utility as they know they so should in proper gun rounds anyway, and there we go. They have immediate protocol to immediately trade the M4. No one's going in alone, no one's getting caught off guard. Just the 1 opening kill will come through, and immediately they swarm. Good work from Bait, and that gives them a 5th.
Yeah, very nice team play being called out here. It is going to be, well, Bait now still keeping up on the advantage, but it was an eco round coming out for mouz in the last one. So you could call it a throwaway. They could have done something with that A1S alongside the P250s that we got to see, but either way, it's not that bad. A1S was traded away, MP9 went down, and now we go into round number 7. Right, a very important round because now it's going to be a full buy versus a full buy, and if mouz lose out this one too, even though loss bonus is quite getting there, they need this economy, they need this booster to get them still back in the game. And it is going to be the outside push out here. MPL makes headway, makes space out here, but it's going to be Sara and Bermilov finding a couple of frags here. Bermilov just off shooting at Geese right now, having a free and enjoyable time outside. Taking every single player down alongside Syra. They just had a great setup there, Travis. I mean, you couldn't have gone more past that. There were smokes, there were the lineups, and he was just playing down on top of Garage.
Yeah, couldn't have been better by mouz NXT, and it's an important round to take. Only that one flash for them so far in this game. Sadly, we might not be having much entertainment at the end of this round. It looks like Alex is going to be saving the AK on top of T-Roof, as it would be quite an impactful save. Obviously, if you look at the money for his teammates, he'd be the only one who wouldn't be able to really buy up that much in that next round if he did go down. So his save is going to be impactful to make sure they have a full purchase in the next. Been a very big fan, actually, of the Bait roster that I've had a chance to watch of in recent times. It's not just their really recent results. I think I've got a chance to watch their first ever game when they added Essential to the mix. And it is definitely fair to mention that Essential has not been great individually overall on this team, especially at the beginning of the run on this roster. He was looking a bit lost. He was playing all of the tough positions. Kind of always, very commonly I'd see him with an MP9 and the most difficult role possible, stuck between two angles. But he really has seemed to learn his way round this Bait roster, learn his way round what he needs to do. And he's, one, improved those roles he's played in. Two, improved his individual level. And three, proving to be a very impactful player for this roster to provide a base level for Bait alongside Captain Kurtka. I feel like it's Essential and Captain Kurtka who are sort of the base level fraggers, and it's MPL, Hedrick and Alex who have been the main three lately. And the fact they're just looking so consistent overall as a full five is what makes me excited for this team.
Yeah, well, you have to also remember, Essential was the next addition after, well, 6 months of MPL being on the server out here for Bait, but at the same time, he replaced Amster, a very aggressive and a very decisive rifler coming on down here for Bait, right? Which, Amster, where is he right now? We're gonna find that out after this round, after Alex manages to actually find the opener on the IGL. As there is the man advantage here, and HG tries to trade it back. Alex forced to run away, and if that could have been an 8, it would have been even better out here for the CT side. Although Alex, good for 2, runs on back to 4 HP and tells his team, we are good lads to go. As this is going to be the 5v3, and it could be an easy B take here, depending on where they approach from. Milov just holding down in towards ramp here. BR checking outside for Secret.
Yeah, this probably will have to be all on Vermilov if they do go toward ramp. If Bait can circumvent their way through this defense safely and not get multi-fragged, they should be absolutely fine. Amster's on ECF, by the way. You're absolutely right. He's on a pretty cool new team. With some of the ex-EC Kiev players, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I think Buria and Saltovsky are on that roster, if my memory serves me correctly. I just saw the team, didn't check who actually was on the team, but I'm pretty sure those two are. And it looks like Bait have found a way into the site safely. It's Alex with another couple of kills. These two got one in response, but he's going to have to fall away and try and help the exit path for Bermulov to save the AWP and the M4. Bait, they're going to hit 6 on T side already, guaranteed at least a tie. A lot quicker than mouz NXT would have wanted.
Yeah. 6 is a great count to be on the rounds already, especially seeing as zero on map pick, it's on the T side, and I'd still agree with the fact that Nuke is that CT-sided map, right? When you think of CT-sided maps onto the pool, you think of Ancient, and then you can actually start to think a little bit about Nuke too, right?
It's kind of the last two that are left in a way, right? At least statistically.
Yeah.
I think Counter-Strike now is more even than it ever has been before. I think there's a good argument that a 7-5 CT half is very common these days, I think. And I think I'm seeing more T-sides win out on Nuke more than ever before, for sure. We know how T-sided Anubis can be, how Dust 2 can be incredibly T-sided as well, and that's been added to the pool. Kind of my personal preference is I don't actually like how many T-studded maps there are currently in the pool, but it makes the CT side have to think and be proactive, especially on maps like Anubis, for example.
Yeah, I mean, wild take from me, I don't know how wild it is, but a take from me is I think after each major we should get different maps. Not completely, but at least 2 taken out of the map veto and replaced by something else. I don't know, I just want to see something new. It's CS2 for a reason, right? Where it's not just reskin CSGO.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I was also very much against Dust 2. I would really would have wanted a revamped Train in the pool instead. That would have been my choice without a doubt. But I get the reason they've chosen Dust 2, don't get me wrong. I mean, like, it's the map that everyone knows in Counter-Strike history, and of course the Shanghai Majors coming up in the end of the year as well. So I think they want as many fans as possible, especially in China, which is a big market, to see the legendary map, which I'm sure a lot of people will recognize.
Yeah.
There are reasons behind it, and I do get it, but hopefully we do see Train in the future. At least they are making sweeping changes, seemingly, of course, with what they've done to Vertigo. So we'll see. But it's going to be a fast A play coming in this round for Bait. Essential does his entry work well. Chrism finds a second, and he needs to recover another gun quickly. He does. And he could be getting more frags from it. Immediate headshot on a head trick. And he's kept himself alive in Hut as well. Bermulov on a very quick rotation to come and help out Chrism. He's gone all the way through, and look where Bait are planting right now. Wallbang possibility, but NPL gets away with it. 2 versus 2 now is very, very interesting. Chrism's going to go in for more. NPL struggling, goes for a full spray and has to pull out the Glock to finish off Chrism. It's all down to Bermulov, 1 versus 2, waiting for Alex, and he sees him and takes him. But look where that plant is. NPL is very, very low, of course, and Bermulov is full
Oh my
HP.
goodness, he did it
He
here!
has a kit, and I think he's just going to stick it. It's the easiest stick ever for Bermulov. NPL had to try and play the time, knowing that that was probably his only play. If he runs into the site, he's low HP and gets taken out immediately anyway. Bermulov plays it right.
Yeah, but MPL, even after that little bit of a mistake, right, because he heard the nade and he didn't realize there could have been the possibility of him going in for the stick for the defuse, he's still stone-faced, right? The experience can be seen in his eyes. He's like, okay, whatever, it's a round that we lost. It's not only my fault, it's a 1v1, I played it well, we're gonna go and save the AK and go in for the next. Because you still have the advantage, it's still a good possibility out here, it's still a good situation for Bait in the end. Bermulov played it well, you have to give it to him, and now we go into round number 10. There is still the possibility though, Travis, of mouz going in flawless here and taking a 6-6 lead, well, a split, which wouldn't be half bad actually.
They'd be delighted with it at this point, and rip your arm off for a 6-6 right now. Bermulov, knowing that MPL was there, of course, Chrism would have given that information over to Bermulov in that previous round, and he would have realised, okay, I think that the right idea here is to stick, especially as I've got the AWP. Even the USP would probably get the kill, but MPL has to play time. It's probably the only option you have when you're low HP. Try and play the bluff of your opponent. In the following round, Bait trying to answer back as well. And look at the damage they have done. Zero will get his frag, but down to 14 HP. Essential answers back importantly. That Alex frag versus Sierra does go down. Bermulov is looking to go aggressive in through ramp here. Into trophy. He might catch one of these Bait players looking the wrong way. He's in a very, very powerful position now. Any further push should be at least guaranteeing one, and there we go. PR taking his frag in the meantime too. Means that Headtrick and Essential are stuck. They do get an immediate frag though, and Essential is hitting some nice shots in this game. He's up to 8 and 4 now in this nuke, but trying to use utility on A means he's exposed to heaven. Sierra takes that one, and Headtrick has to clutch, but he is a very, very good rifler. Problem is, 10 seconds left on the clock, and he's trying desperately to fake them out. Gets caught by Hart, and Sierra will grab the frag easily. That is a well thought out retake from mouz NXT, stopping Headtrick from doing anything special. And as you so rightly said, Atro, we're in a point now where 6-6 is genuinely possible.
Yeah, it is. Headtrick couldn't have played that one even any better, though. I mean, there were just no possibilities for him to actually plant away that bomb or even play it even better than he did. Had to fake it away and just needed to connect some impossible shots, just be on his head on a turret, basically on a swivel. But yeah, either way, very well played from mouz. We're seeing a much more structured mouz side, a much more confident and calm mouz. than we got to see a couple of rounds ago, because before they were struggling on economy as well, right? Whoever, well, Crizin, who is calling, was really focusing down to trying to micromanage kind of everyone and putting them in their positions. Now that they figured that out, it's a little bit easier to look on the macro scale of things. But because he did that, now players know their positions quite well here onto it. They realize the, well, strats they have to go for, and 4 to 6, not half bad. Something that I did want to mention though, Travis, is the fact that I'm enjoying Captain Kirka right now. He's back on the server, back on the kill board, and he's actually, after a pretty tough, well, a pretty tough first map, he's actually showing up.
I am a fan of Captain Jacket. I believe that's what Kirka means, is the translation for that. I do, I've enjoyed his play for a very, very long time on this Bait roster, of course. He was a part of the Bait team that got so close, and a number of those RMRs, of course. Just couldn't push it over the line to get some stickers for the Org, finally. Number of close attempts. I think the IM Rio one was what I remember particularly.
Rio was wild either way.
I think. Pretty sure.
Ooh. Yeah. A trick. It's a very nice shot onto Syra. Looking in to try to catch off at least one more. Could be giving away Bait something to work with here. Alex pushing on up. That's a beautiful two-tap, Alex!
What?
Oh, there you have it. That's an opener and a half coming out of Alex. Makes this one a 2v2. A1 is picked up by Captain Kirka. They don't need armor to be going in through this one. He's trying to get the rifle on over to Headtrick. Give it away, but that's a dink onto the upper. Burmilov falls down to 21. And now Headtrick, he needs to do it all. Already found one good headshot. 35 seconds left to plant away the bomb and try to clutch this one up. He has the half armor as well. Could be possible. Burmilov going into his crosshairs a little bit, but now with the back turned away, but Headtrick has no idea about this. Needs to check into Mini. Doesn't even fake it. Burmilov peeks and should be able to find a frag. There it is. Still though, a very good eco round coming out here for Bait. They managed to take down 3. But it will be coming down to the last round of the first half here, and a 7-5 would have been great for Bait. Now it really is looking like that 6-6.
That must have been quite frustrating for Headtrick, right? In the previous round and the previous clutch attempt, he fakes the bomb twice with 12 seconds, and barely anyone peeks him. This time he goes straight for the plant, and this time he gets peeked straight away, right? You couldn't get it. If it was round the other way, then who knows what he could have done, perhaps, those last couple of rounds. But yeah, it is all about the bluff and double bluff, and this time Burmilov just goes for the swing. Knowing that his teammate was going to be pretty close by on the quick trade anyway. Trick couldn't do it this time. Anyway, last round of the half. Is it that 6-6 you mentioned, or is it a 7-5 for Bait? It's a pretty important gun round. Bait would have been thinking, well, you've got a great T-half on our hands here, but mouz NXT have kept them honest.
They have indeed. Burmilov trying to be a little bit more aggressive with that AWP. Unlike him, honestly, Burmilov is a very reactive player on the AWP, but now, hey, it works, right? He's able to actually catch them off guard. Essential falls. Alex in the back of the side out here towards Fake Vent, but Burmilov still catches him off. Doesn't matter, though. Trades still get made, and PR manages to find one of his own here to make this one a 2v2. Bait only have Headtrick and NPL to look forward to here, and the A1S trying to spam away. Headtrick doesn't connect on anything. And it's all back down to NPL, who makes noise outside and now is known by Prison. 2v1. This is going to get tough out here for the Galil.
Oh, that's so frustrating for NPL. He could have easily gotten perhaps a free frag if he didn't make all that noise, and now he has to run around the site and, of course, look for both these two remaining CTs. PR playing this one nicely. Kristen, oh, do kind of peek one by one, though. This is Erinus, and NPL is going to take advantage of it. Oh, dear me. mouz NXT, you should not be losing that one. And PR, you can see the frustration in the player cam. Upset by the fact they didn't peek as a duo. Kristen kind of gave his life up as well toward heaven, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I think they'll know their error. I don't need to explain it. That is all NPL taking advantage of that misstep, peeking one by one. And again, NPL's individual level recently showing up well to grab that 7th for Bait, which should not have come through.
Yeah, and it's tough, right? Because again, it comes down to that experience. If this was just a bit more of an experienced roster, that would never be a 1-by-1 peek. That would always be a double peek into the side, trying to see who's up, who's alive. And even if PR, well, didn't manage to find a frag and MPL managed to actually find a kill onto the Heaven player, there still would have been the time to go back around towards lobby to try to crunch on down to the 1v1. Instead, now we go into the second half. Essential starts things off right with the kill onto Crizzen down onto ramp, and it is going to be the B push coming on down from mouz. Although they lose this one, they are going to be in the exact same spot that mouz were in onto Dust 2. Right, they're going to have that advantage. They win out the pistol round, and things are looking just straight ahead here for the CT side.
Senfield, important opening frag. NPL gets his toward Bermulov, and that's when they try and move in through ramp. Are we going for a Heaven flank here for mouz NXT? Looks like we are. Need to. Ready and raring to go. NPL still keeping an eye on Mini, but he's got Alex near the vent look to play the headshot angle to check toward Heaven. Full 5 sets of Kevlar on this pistol for bait, it should be mentioned. So if mouz NXT get a bomb plant, there will be a slight chance, but that's a really nice frag from Alex, and they team up with MPL. That is the way to do it. Every eventuality has been covered. Now PR has got a very difficult 1 versus 5. He's got 3 players in the same position. It's borderline impossible, and it is impossible, to be honest. Essential takes the kill in the end. PR will go down, and as you so rightly said, Atro, bait are now in a very powerful position. No plant for mouz NXT. If they force, I think they will, then I think bait have at least a 9-5 coming through.
They should indeed. Let me get into this one though, mouz. They are a team that I would be seeing the force buy coming out from. Like, okay, sure, they didn't get that bomb down, but if they went in for the pistols, for a couple of Tech 9s with no armors, I could have seen them do a little bit of damage. Now, that doesn't happen though. Full economy coming on through here, full eco round for the Academy. And it is going to be just a concentrated rush down towards ramp. If Essential falls here, no matter how many he takes down, if there's at least 2 players that can stay alive and save away that A1S, it'd still be an okay-ish round for mouz. Although, they scrap the idea and go back outside.
Plan for mouz NXT on this round is just to waste as much time as possible, force bait to use their utility, so they have to rebuy as much as possible in the next round. 1 or 2 kills would be pretty decent. As you can see, they actually have forced a lot of bait's utility out already, to be fair. So it's now down to NPL to do some other farming with the MP9s. Got Headtrick's support outside, and Headtrick's going to tap away for 4 of them.
Oh.
In fact, make it an anti-eco ace. We saw none of them at all. We saw NPL at least doing, I think, 50 damage to 3 separate players, and Headtrick was finishing them off. And that's actually, you know, slightly frustrating in a weird way as well for bait, because obviously the MP9 is a bigger kill reward and the FAMAS is not. So they don't get as much money as they would have liked. But we get to see Headtrick's POV of the replay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Good job. There it is.
Easy eco fragging.
Yeah. Coming on down to it though, I mean, yeah, as you mentioned it, the MP9 would have much easier dealt away with the kill bonuses onto that one, would have been much happier to find those, but still, the FAMAS, not half bad, 300 for every single kill, and all that timing, Essential, I feel for you, man. He went on down to the flash, got pushed in immediately by Chris, and now finally a good looking round for mouz going on to the B side. It's going to be Headtrick running away, MPL, finds Syra. And I think MPL actually found that frag outside, so there could be some fake information going out here for bait that their people are still outside. But now it doesn't matter, it's a 2v4. MPL pushes on up, tries to find as much space as possible as Headtrick is going in behind him, not wanting to play this one alone. And it is going to be a pretty easy round here for mouz to try to win.
Yeah, MPL had pushed all the way through, and he will at least take PR, but even though there's a kit in play, the save here is pretty imperative for bait. Natu is going to try and stop that, though. Headtrick is now here to help out NPL try and save it, but Natu's gone straight up the ladder already to try and stop this possibility. There you go, look at that angle on the far left of the T-roof. That is so hard to fight, and he's going to have help coming in from Bermulov in a second. At least Headtrick takes that one, but now Natu's pushing in, tries to drop down using the edge of the door outside. But not going to happen. Prison will make sure at least one player stays alive for mouz NXT. And honestly, my opinion on that is I don't like choosing that round to choose to hunt for mouz NXT. One player staying alive, the full reinvestment's going to have to come through, and they have built up barely any money at all off the back of that. I think if you want to choose to hunt like that, you need to wait for later on in the half once you've built up a bigger bank.
Yeah. But even so, they would have hunted either way. So I think the idea behind not letting the enemy get away with anything rather than you having something to work with in the next round, it just makes it easier for economy because everybody's going to be down to 0 cash either way, right? Coming into the next round. So better off to just go for it. But yeah, I do have to agree with you as well. Although, into this round, already kills are being made out here by the CT side, and mouz are just running into the enemy's crosshairs. I mean, at that point, there were no flashes, no no double peaks, no nothing coming out here for mouz. They just straight up W'd their way through, and even though they managed to find a lot of damage back, they couldn't find the trades, they couldn't find the kills. So now it's going to be a 2v5, moving on into round number 16.
And this is exactly where it could snowball. This is where winning that previous round with only one player up now means that they can have no money for that next round. Could have confirmed 3 alive if they chose a different path. And, well, it looks like they're going to be caught in the next round as well. Lots of damage done toward Bermulov. NPL takes him comfortably. Even though there's damage done to Essential, Headtrick, and NPL, Natu needs to get many, many frags here to make some more damage happen. But he's going to get caught from 2 separate angles, swarmed by Bait. And that is a really important round for Bait to win. As you can see with the money in the bottom right of your screen, that sets up Bait for at least an 11-6.
Yeah.
And this nuke could be another one to add to the list of recent results. 8 out of the last 9, and that one they lost was against Zero Tenacity in double overtime.
But I wonder what makes Bait so good on Nuke especially, right? Because we just got to see Dust 2, and even though it is a very different map, coming on down to it, they did not play their CT side as well as they're doing right now. Right, so I don't know if it's the calling, if it's the individuals just being that much more comfortable with the map, but this is going to be making for a very interesting Ancient. I could honestly, if Bait take it away this one flawlessly and they don't let mouz pick up anything away from the next couple of force buys, or well, full buys, I wonder how that Ancient will be going away here for this setup. Ooh, and look at this boost.
It's a cheeky one. See, look, Natu's smiling, look. They know they're in a situation where, listen, let's just try and do a few gimmicky things. Ooh. There we go, Headtrick's seen it. He's heard the jumping.
Jump again, come on.
Go on, do it. Let's see if you give Headtrick a little tap on one of the most unlikely places to duel on the whole map. Are we trying it?
Hello, Cyrus coming in, he's on the deagle.
Why not use a full eco to test something like this? Why not use a full eco to test something like this? Absolutely go for it. Headtrick's going to give it a look, you would think, if he goes back toward heaven.
Come on, come on, peek. Headtrick.
I want this. I want this badly. I think Zero does too.
It's not a bad one either way, right? Oh, come on. Yeah, Headtrick's running back.
There we go.
He's toying. Oh! One, going in for the tap, Syra runs back. Still was nice though. I mean, imagine that connected on the headshot. That would have been out of nowhere.
Absolutely. Fair play to mouz NXT. That is absolutely the right round to give that a try on the eco. Test it out. Essential eat up 3 of the ecos. Headtrick and NPL get 1 of their own. And that is the 11-6 confirmed for Bait. As an NXT now, rifles will come out knowing that, well, you can afford one more mistake, but that's pretty much it.
We have seen mouz bring it back, though. Again, it's not impossible for them to try to find themselves on 6 rounds back-to-back, but it's very improbable. Especially onto this T side of Nuke, they have not been looking amazing on it, seeing as the half did end off on a 7-5. Yeah, we'll see how this full buy goes, but if this one's over, I think the whole map's over, honestly. Even though the curse of 12 is like the curse of 15 back in CSGO, honestly. It's really just not gone away. Whenever a team gets to match point or map point, they just start crumbling.
It always seems like, at least recently, whenever a team gets to 12 and they're like 12-3 up, it does take at least 2 or 3 rounds to completely close it out, right? It is weird. But Headtrick, He's looking to try and get this one done and dusted as quickly as possible. Oh, Ascenthiel will be upset about that one. He doesn't fall back far enough, and PR catches the angle. Ascenthiel on that ramp defense so far in this game has been pretty solid, but that's a slight positioning misdemeanor.
I think MPL caught it. Oh, Captain Kirk, such a nice place out here in towards Squeaky. Could definitely find something to work with as the IGL Kristen manages to shut down MPL. Gonna be looking good. PR checks, and ooh, good awareness coming in from PR. Captain Kirko did get dinged, so now taken down by Bermilov. It is gonna be a 2v3. Hetrick has got a bit of an angle. Alex as well can help him out. But they need to be coming up into the A side, and they don't have that sort of info.
Yeah, this is really interesting now. 30 seconds, and Bait are actually not in bad spots here. Hetrick is going to be in task with B, but Alex is still toward the vent. And if he gets a good timing, he can do some work with this. There's the one, but he's now out of bullets. Has to duck behind the box. But then comes Hetrick to come and help out. There we go. What did I say about that positioning? Hetrick was absolutely ready to fly up the vents, but now 1 versus 1. Kristen versus Alex. And Alex is so very low, of course, but Kristen isn't exactly high HP himself. And look at the time. This one is done purely by the clock. Alex dances around door and hut and means that Kristen can't find him. Brilliantly played by Hetrick and Alex in that 2v3. That could not have been better.
And I don't know if you caught it, but the Heaven player threw out the Molotov right on top of Alex if it actually landed, but instead it hit the beam on Nuke here, and it went away towards the top of HUD. That absolutely decimated this round, because imagine Alex falls to that Molotov. He didn't have a smoke to really stop it with, right? He would have been caught off by it, and that round would have gone the way of mouz. It could have been 11-7 at this point, and it could have winded up a comeback here for the Academy, but it didn't. So now Alex, very happy he managed to stay alive. It was a great play overall, as you mentioned. Hetrick is 17-8, by the way, here, Trav. So, yeah, Bait, just complete dominance out here onto their own map pick of Nuke. At least onto the CT side, they are playing it just as you have to.
Yeah. And NPL was also 17-8 before he gets taken down by Syrah there. They've been the dynamic duo once again. It's always been MPL and Hetrick on Bait. I mean, it's so consistent lately on multiple maps as well. What makes this team particularly exciting. Quick answer back from Alex. His individual level has also been very, very good. He's that 3rd star, which is helping MPL and Hetrick shine lately. We don't know in absolutely 100% certain whether it's NPL or Alex IGLing or even Captain Kurtka, but the League Wikipedia and hearsay, from what I've heard recently, says it's NPL. But you never know, could be wrong, could be changing every now and then.
Maybe they have 3 IGLs.
Yeah, well, a lot of teams do have a secondary voice, right? So it wouldn't surprise me if maybe Alex is helping out NPL. And now it's down to Ascenthiel on the rafters to at least get one, and he does. That was a tough duel to actually win in the end, but he finds that one frag. Syrah recovers it into a 3v3. And Bermilov is going to pop his head up from Secret. It looks like they're going to converge back onto the A site here. PR is pushing forward. Captain Kurtka, CT Vent. Do they swing on toward his position? Yes, they do. And it's going to be an easy catch for PR. And with Alex 46 HP from his frag earlier on, he needs to fly up the vent on a really good timing with Hetrick to make this a possibility. They won a 2v3 in the previous round. But I think this one, the smart money might be on the save.
Yeah, I mean, if they want to end it off as quickly as possible, wouldn't be bad to just go in for the save. They do have defuse kits though, they have utility as well a little bit to try to find a bit of comeback, but they don't need to, so they're not going to be doing that. The call gets made, and if Alex is IGLing indeed, right, whether or not Alex or MPL, whichever of the two are IGLing, excuse me, they're doing a great job of actually both IGLing, keeping a look down at the macro and making these calls, and keeping their individual statistics up on the board as well, right? Because a lot of IGLs, they have to focus on down to try to micromanage their team, which, well, not a lot of people enjoy, but also look on down towards economy, look on down towards the strats, towards the plays, where do you go next, what do you do? And still keep up with your individual performance. That is definitely grounds to take your hat off, you know, pay some respects. But right now, Bait, as young as they are, and as experienced as they are as well, because they've been in some rosters, they've been around for a couple of years, they are still showing that the skill gap is not reached. The top of the level for them is not reached yet, and they just need to close this one out and send us into Ancient to show us an even better side of their team.
Can they close it out here and now, though? That's the question.
I don't know. So far, though, it's truly been a game out here for the semifinals, right? Seeing as we are going to Ancient, at least we're seeing all the 3 maps.
Exactly. Again, though, a team has reached 12 and they're not able to close it out on the first time of asking. It is a funny one, isn't it? It does seem to happen very, very often. Anyway, mouz NXT going to want to try and delay that as long as possible. Bait have the buy they'll want, other than a Sentinel on the FAMAS. Flash outside for NPL to give it a quick glance, but mouz NXT are not showing themselves as of yet until just then when Crescent has a jiggle from Silo. NPL wins his duel immediately. Spray through the smoke. Oh, he knows the timings. And in comes Alex from Secret. Should get 2 kills. Does get 2 kills. And PR, well, he is screwed. Headtrick takes him comfortably. And Bait do take their map pick of Nuke. Each of these 2 teams have taken their pick. And we get to the expected decider of Ancient. And I've got to say, Atro, I can't wait for that. Because that should be a great decider between these 2 teams.
Yeah, it should be amazing. Both teams basically winning it out will round between each other, right? 13-8 onto Dust 2, then 30-7 out here onto Nuke for Bait. It's been looking really damn good, and And here we are, back into the game here. Ancient to be starting off onto the decider. Ladies and gentlemen, last map of this best of 3. And Bait are already starting things off out here into their T side, moving into middle. It's going to be PR fighting off headshots, being helped on out by his IGL. Crescent shuts them down. And this is an explosive start to send us off into, well, Ancient.
We found the start game button, and mouz NXT have certainly held the W button on the pistol round. What a great way to start.
Oh,
Completely into mid immediately. PR deletes Captain Kirk, and it leaves Headtrick in actually a very winnable clutch now. He's got PR, is only 31 HP, and Sierra 77. He's got the P250 and the Kevlar, and he's picked up that bomb once again, but it looks like he's going to want to fight for it. Rather than commit to the plant, he's checking every single angle, but now that he's going to get double swung on, they're whiffing on him. Oh, he was given a chance. But Sierra gets the body spam in the end, and mouz NXT, well, it looked like it was going to be a simple pistol, in the end was made a little bit more scary, but they do get it over the line.
Yeah, came down to a 1v1 basically here at the end, and honestly, Headtrick was not going in for the headshots. His aim was right down to the body, hoping to be able to connect a bit of a spray down with the P250, but didn't really connect there in the end. Either way, very well played from both sides, right? Bait were decisive, they went in through middle, lost players, they went back to A, right? They didn't just give up and went in through middle trying to find as many kills as possible. They still kept it together, even on a 2v4. So, well done there. But now, it is going to be without a bomb plant, just the eco buy coming out here for Bait. The ones that got kills are going to be investing into a couple of Deagles. And the MP9s, well, they are ready to try to find themselves onto a couple of kill bonuses. But Bermilov, I think he got headshotted in through the wall there, left down to 13 HP by the Deagle.
Yeah, a little bit of damage, but mouz NXT should not be breaking any sweat in this round. PR in position, gets himself a 2-piece, and that's pretty nice. MPL will get a lovely shot. Ooh. Hang on, he's 1D'd Crescent as well. The one weapon that mouz NXT need to worry about in this round is delivering. And Bermilov is 13 HP from earlier on. Don't get me wrong, this should still be a mouz NXT round, and especially Nato and Sierra should be multi-fragging. But it does make it a little bit more interesting now. NPL so accurate with the Deagle, and over the course of the series so far as well. Trying to be baited in once again. Captain Kutka is going to go first. Try and get NPL into position. In comes that Deagle, but no more spam with that. And Headtrick with his, he gets at least 1 frag. And honestly, if you're Bait there, you're going to be absolutely delighted with 3 kills on what was basically a full eco. The guns can come out now, and mouz NXT's money is already under pressure.
And not only that, but the MP9s, there were 3 of them bought, and only 1 frag was made with them, right? Only the FAMASs managed to find a double up here on Syra and PR, so they don't get as much money as they could have into this round. mouz definitely not going to be the happiest moving into round number 3 here, as it is going to be the full buy coming out of Bait. It's their T side, right? So they need to put up as many rounds as they can here on the board to set up a nice little foundation in for the next half. Well, the last half as well of this best of 3. Crescent holding things down out here towards Cave. Has a little bit to work towards. Bermilov did attempt to find himself off on the first frag, but instead PR is going to steal that title away from him, opening up the round by shutting down Alex. Ooh. And now Krizen jumps back around and goes inside of the smoke. Essential, he doesn't know where he lost him, and now Krizen is going to get caught off guard, but imagine he got away with that.
Oh, that was almost very cheeky from Krizen, but it is still very impactful to get one kill in mid and then back to falling away again, just waste the clock even further. Look at the amount of control that Natu has given off the back of that contact. He knows he can push through because of how much commotion was just coming through toward B lane there. He nabs the timing with the utility in place, and Senthil has to find a way to get through on his own, and he's not going to make it happen. Natu picks up the AK, swaps it over, and takes the headshot. NPL now last alive, 1 versus 4. This is probably not going to be happening for him. Bait was set up for a decent round here, knowing, of course, the damage they'd done to mouz NXT in the previous, but look how far away the bomb is. This is absolutely a save for NPL.
Yeah, he has to go away and save. 25 seconds, basically have a bit of a tackle timeout to talk about what they're going to be doing up next, right? They're going to have a hero AK to work with into the next round. They could try to force buy around him, but they're going to be having the loss bonus either way, be maxed out into the next round if they lose. So better off to just hold on to them into the AK, go in for a little bit of an eco, working with the Tech-9s and try to take over the A side or even the B side, who knows. But yeah, for now, mouz looking pretty damn decent. It should be looking like a 3-0, and it should be looking even like a 4-0, seeing as this buy isn't really going to get made into round number 4.
mouz NXT will be delighted with this bounce back start to the decider. Bait won the expected map that's in their favour of Nuke. Now this one is a bit more of a middle ground unknown for both these two teams. mouz NXT have beaten them once on it, something a bit ago. Bait won the previous 1-1 as it stands on Ancient. Something's going to have to give between these two. And let's see if this Tech-9 play can cause mouz NXT a problem. Tech-9s are about to burst. Natu's playing very close to that smoke, and that's a position you can definitely be caught off guard on. But he hears the plant coming through, flicks over to Captain Kurtka. What a denial of that plant. That could have definitely changed the timings in this round if they were allowed to get that one down, but Natu stops it. And now 2v3. NPL has this AK. It could be very dangerous with this in play, of course. And when he's got a rifle, always have to be wary of it. Tech-9 still in play for Alex as well. He's going on a bit of a longer rotation round, but this Molotov is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant from mouz NXT. That is the thing they needed to do to lock the AK away. Now Alex, well, Tech-9 trying to tap away, trying to deny a plant. Bermilov in the end finds it with the pistol. And mouz NXT will keep their clean sheet intact for now.
Yeah, but they did because Bait decided to not go in for the force buy, right? They wanted to play economy together. They didn't want to leave NPL to have, well, less money than everybody else if they were to lose this round, which they did. So that was very nice of them. And now it is going to be round number 5 on a full buy coming out here for the T side as well. mouz, they are 4-0 up. They're doing an amazing job at keeping things together here. And they are playing like a team finally, right? Especially on a map like Ancient where you have to actually have a great startup onto that CT side to be able to put up rounds on the board and to keep it together, because that T side is not going to get easier. mouz, I like the start that I'm seeing. Let's see if it keeps going, and let's see if Krizen actually spams away the smoke. Because if he does, he could be off to an early frag onto NPL. But speaking of early frags, PR has been getting them time and time again.
Yep. 6-2 start for PR. Bait with another purchase, starting poorly. Worrying times for them after what was a fantastic individual performance across the board on Nuke. mouz NXT are looking to try and make a grand final of a CCT series. That's what's on the line in this map right here. Sarah will make some noise jumping up though, and that's been heard by NPL. NPL's going to play very aggressive off the back of it, but little did he know there were 3 players he was looking to try and remove. Might be a bit of an accident that he lulls in NPL on that duel. But it might work out for them. Sira does, in the end, find a Senthiel, and Headtrick was not even going to be allowed to get the bomb planted. mouz NXT stopped that. 4 players alive. Money is booming. Bait are nowhere yet on Ancient.
Yeah, for now, they are not here, not with us. But the money will still be here at the very least, so they'll be going in for force buy after force buy coming into this game. They've reached that point where they can just head on over to force buys every single round. They're on the T side, even though economy did get changed a little bit out here with this patch. Didn't get changed that much to really stop this full buy possibility out here for the T side when they're down in the dumps. Tackle pause though, I do like that. Madden is going to get a word in as well. And we don't get to talk a lot about Madden because he has been only a coach out here for this Bait roster. He's been around for like almost 2 years now, but he's not been bad. Honestly, he has been a pretty decent pillar out here for Bait, although we don't get to see that much impact from him usually. But he has raised some pretty decent talent. And I was talking about Amster before, right? Amster went on over and is still over to a Ukrainian team, which hasn't been really playing a lot as of late. ECF.
Yeah. They've played in a few qualifiers and stuff like that, I think, but other than that, not a whole lot. There are some known names on that team, like I mentioned earlier, like Buria and Soltovsky, I think from the kind of recovering the old esports club Kyiv days. Kensitor is on that team as well, after I think I remember checking earlier, which is also a pretty talented player, but yeah, not seeing anything from them just yet. But Bait, they are the Ukrainian team to watch right now, without a doubt. They are looking brilliant at this level of Counter-Strike. Just today, feels like mouz NXT are proving to be the better of the two. Still a long way to go, though, of course, on this decider. Bait have this all-important purchase here. Utility is at a bit of a premium. They need to keep it, and look at this. mouz NXT are so willing to go looking for information early, and even taking full control of B lane, peeking through the B doors. Crizzen finds a beautiful burst frag onto Headtrick. And despite the fact they've gotten 1 kill back onto PR, it still might be all down to Sira here. They're not checking Donut properly at all right now, and this is absolutely perfect. Free of the free kills. A Senthiel goes down. Alex is left flanking through Red Room in a 1v3, which is probably not going to be working out. Birmingham is going to go back and check it. There's a massive shadow advantage there, though. So, Alex is given a chance. Unfortunately, it's a very slim one. 15 seconds left in the round. Crizzen is about to lurk in. He has to jump forward to collect the bomb. So much damage done. Caught by Crizzen. Bait seem like they're in a bind. Like you said earlier, Atro, it's a great way of putting it. mouz NXT are keeping them in that right now.
Yeah, they are absolutely dominating over them. And the idea behind mouZ's play right now is also that they're allowed to take up so much space, allowed to be so aggressive onto the CT side of Ancient, a map which you don't expect the CTs to be that aggressive on. We've been seeing Bermilov on that AWP actually push up. We've been seeing PR push up through Temple multiple rounds into this one. Crizzen as well having free land and free space down there onto middle to do whatever he wants to do. It's the fact that Bait are playing this far back, which isn't really to be expected coming out of Bay. I mean, they are one of the teams that I was expecting to really just push in W and manage to find a lot of kills due to their individual prowess, due to their individual actual skill. But now, a 1-for-1 trade down on middle. Natu shuts them down on towards the B side, left, well, on a 2v1 basically. I don't know why Bait were pushing in 2x2 here. But now Natu is shutting them all down and is ending off the round 7-0. What a start here to the half for mouz.
Natu is loving life at the moment. What a couple of rounds from him. A nice triple. M4A4 is singing in his hands. And Bait are struggling. One thing that mouz NXT do need to be aware of, though, is they do need to keep Bait in the doldrums. They do need to keep them where they've got them now, at arm's length. I've seen so many 6-0, 7-0 leads disappear to like a 7-5 or an 8-4 at the end of the half. And a comeback then is a lot easier. So mouz NXT being 7-0 up, if they don't get at least a 9-3, they're going to be disappointed from here. Bait know that that is the minimum at this point.
Oh my goodness, yeah, but can they even reach that minimum? I mean, with this momentum, mouz, they are... Every single one of them are finding frags. The fact that Syra is 8-1, right? The fact that PR is 7-4, being as aggressive as he has been, these are not score lines that you should get to see. But Bait, their steam has run out. Their flame, it's been left out in the wind a little bit. And I wonder if it's gonna catch fire again or not. MPL, he's gonna go on down. PR peeks him as he tries to go in for Burmilov down on Donut. Again, back down to the 4v5, and the trade doesn't get made, and now it does. PR taken down, but not before Crizin also finds yet another one to keep this one still on a one-man advantage. But finally, Alex, thank you, out here for Bait, manages to take down Burmilov, which was already low HP. And now, I think Nature's gonna trade it back. Yes, he is. So still, it's up to Alex to do most of the work here.
Natu can do it from side, he can do it from Jaguar. It's been an incredible start across the whole team for mouz. No one is lagging behind on the frag count. But Natu has had a couple of really impactful ones. And again, it pulls back the man advantage. Captain Kutka and Alex, 35 seconds left in this one. There is an AWP on the ground there that Alex can pick up if he really wants it, but I doubt it at this point. They are very split up as well. They're only just now rotating round to team up with each other. It's going to be Alex through Donut and Captain Kutka through Long. And the time really is a problem here now. 17 seconds. The Incendiary is going to be all important, but Crizin might just choose to face inside of it.
Wow.
He'll do exactly that. And that Incendiary, of course, is now so tiny. You can just peek through it, see through it, and look at mouz NXT playing so disciplined there, not giving Alex any duel at all until the teammates were closer. And once the clock had borderline expired, Crizin takes it. And look at that for mouz NXT. We said clean sheet at 4-0. It's still intact at 8-0.
The fact that they waited for him to plant away, expecting the fake, because he's done that before, right? He's attempted into nuke, yeah, to actually find those taps and to find those fakes to get the rounds over. The fact that we're expecting that coming out of him is absolutely insane. Crizin plays this one so well. Poor Alex. He got read into there, and now Bait have just used up, by the way, Travis, their last tactical timeout as well, and we're only 8 rounds in.
Yeah, that is a really good point. They seem out of ideas already, which is kind of crazy, right? Every single time they seem to try and set themselves up in a position where they can make a play. mouz NXT just found an extra pick somewhere on the map, either via their own aggression or via just a regular default angle. Always keeping the man advantage intact, and nothing's working for Bait. Maybe pace is the answer. They're going to try and play a bit more together. But that smoke, that split them up, and Essential's just going to charge through it. That could have easily been another kill for Crizin. That smoke splits up the Bait attack. And I say it could have easily been a second kill. It might not even matter anymore, because Essential, even though he gets it, is walking wounded at 24 HP. mouz have a 4v2. They're very content and happy to go for even more aggression to find Essential. This is a bit of a mini masterclass on the CT side for mouz NXT right now. 4v1, head trick is nowhere. This is going to be 9-0.
Yeah. And I don't know how they do it. Opening frags are everything into this map, apparently. And mouz, they have PR and Crizin just going in and holding down the line. They're not even holding down the line. They're going in and extending the line. And you get to see PR just going insane out here. 11-5, Crizin 10-5. Natu is still 9-3. Like, these score lines, Trav, we are not expecting mouz to be this good into Ancient. We're expecting them to play well. But we called out, I called out at least, I don't remember if you also said it and agreed with me, that this is going to get a close game. It's not looking like a close game.
I did, mate. I did. I really thought this would be one of the closest maps of the series, probably, knowing that Bait hadn't played Dust 2. It was a likely mouz NXT win. Knowing mouz NXT aren't great at nuke, it was a likely Bait win. That went the way I was predicting, but this one is certainly not. And Bait are deciding to turn up the pace and to put pressure on Burmilov. But can Burmilov keep them at bay? So many nades coming his way, and eventually he'll get removed by utility alone. AWP taken out, a re-smoke toward Donut, but PR is here. Does he check the headshot angle? Yes, he does. Head trick down once again. 4 versus 3, a man advantage taken once again for mouz NXT.
What?
Sira compounds it on toward MPL. Essentially, he's going to have to try and answer back, and Alex finds Sira as well. Bomb's not yet planted, by the way. All these fights are coming through without a plot being down. And Alex is left 1 versus 2. He's looking for Naito and finally takes it. And eventually recovers it into a 1v1.
Oh,
but
look
Prison
at
can
this.
stop him on the cross. It's going to be so close. Oh, just about crosses in towards CT Red Room. Does he go back for the duel? Now the mind games in this 1v1. Prison goes looking for it, and he takes this one as well. Nothing is going Bait's way. mouz NXT, double digits. Bait, 0.
Wow, why did Alex even go for that? He had the bomb on his back, could have gone to the side and planted it away. Instead, he tries to take on the fight, tries to surprise Crizin, but Crizin's not going to be surprised about anything at this point. It is 10-0, and Bait are not finding anything to work with. And out here from Temple, how are Syra and PR allowed to do anything there? How are they allowed to get out and find those frags, right? They were being held down to the crosshair, to the angle by the T's, and nothing was working out here for Bait. Finally, though, an opening frag onto Bermilov, and look at this, PR holding down the line, A side completely empty, and they think they have the whole entire side to themselves, but instead PR is still here, and he's gonna mess it up for once. He's not gonna be able to find that multi-frag, and he is gonna be going on down 2v5. And the round is over
I'm
finally.
just coming through those smokes. That's kind of crazy. But yeah, finally, Bait are going to find an answer here. Don't faint. They actually found an opening kill. Incredible, right? Finally, something to work with, and they compounded it for the win. Prison's going to be stuck here. He's getting flanked by Essential. There's the frag. Easy headshot. And Bait have found an answer, but I unfortunately get the feeling it's going to be way too late. They need this last round of the half to absolutely give them any sniff of a chance.
And here I
They could
thought,
even make it 11, right?
yeah, I don't know. They might be making it to 11, honestly, because they need the pistol afterwards and it's over. Especially with this kind of an advantage. mouz have basically secured the bag onto their CT side only, onto this Ancient. But it's not over until it's over, right? We said this before, mouz need to get this in their brains that until the bell's rung, the game's not over. But Trav, I was talking to you about Captain Kirka finally enabling back onto that second map, and I really thought we'd get to see him back on the server. Now he's back to 2-11.
Yeah. Sadly, you are correct on that one. And Headtrick has missed a shot there that we often expect him to take. PR, he knows nothing about what's in that smoke whatsoever, and Alex will punish him. They kind of hug in the smoke for a little bit there. So Alex deals with that one nicely. Essential, Crisen's looking for a frag, and he'll get pounced upon by NPL and Essential. Maybe Bait are going to find a way to get 2 in this half. Zero, though, has a chance to perform. Oh, he's going to get pressed on upon here by Essential pushing down, but all utility is going to be drawn. That is the error there from Sarah. Doesn't realise that NPL is pushing him from above as well until the very last second. Good answer back from Bermilov. 2 versus 3, though, and Bait do have positional control. If they can get past Naito, yes they do. Timing on the smoke push doesn't work out. Worth trying something a little bit scary when it's a 2v3. And nothing Bermilov can do this time. Headtrick takes the frag. Bait get a must-win last 2 rounds of the half. But mouz NXT, well, they're not just in the driving seat, they're in pole position.
Oh yeah, they are. They're getting ready to be driving themselves into this finish line and into the win line as well out here, because they need 3 more rounds. And you know how you capitalize on a pistol round after you win it? It's 3 rounds, right? It's the next and then the one on the full buy. Depending on how they play it out here, going to be a possibility if they win out the pistol and mouz kind of go in for a force buy and they lose it, to make this one at least 10-5. Again, it's going to be that little bit of a curse, Travis, where it's going to come down to 12 most likely, and we're going to get to see Bait actually pick up a couple of rounds. Question is, will those rounds be enough to get them in the game and keep them going in it to get, well, to 12? I don't really believe so. But look at this stack, Bait. Good read into this one, mouz. Might just be going into their demise right here, into the double dualies.
And that often doesn't work out well for you if you go into 4 weapons on 2 players. But Natu with a brilliant frag, and Sira, even though that reload will be heard in mid, he deals with Captain Kurtka. Everything is going mouz NXT's way. Now Sara can just hide in the corner and be an absolute nuisance. MPL doesn't think he's still here. Another free headshot. Could even be a second before Ascenthiel finally runs him down. But it opens up the B bomb site. Bomb will get planted. 4 versus 2. Ascenthiel and Headtrick are not close enough to do anything with this, you would think. There we go. Pounced upon by Ascenthiel. And Headtrick has no choice but to hold W with the dualies. Can't find the frag. Natu takes that one. Domination from the next generation of mouse sports.
I like that. But, I mean, I just don't understand how this is possible, right? Bait played it so well onto that nuke. 13 and 7, and now they're just out of the server, right? Their whole shtick went out of the window. Their whole plan is now out of God's way. I don't know what's happened here. But mouz, you gotta give it to them as well. I mean, they've been so aggressive, so good on the aim. Everybody's pulling through for the team. Not a single player is actually under 10 kills, I was about to say, but Bermilov, he hasn't had the opportunity to really find too many kills because the rest of his team is just there, right?
Exactly. Nobody's negative. They're having a fantastic map individually, as a group, as a conjunctive team, working off the back of each other really well. The Ascenthiel UMP can't get anything done. And mouz NXT. NPL trying to do more, but they're not expecting the Crimson off angle in cave. Headtrick goes down. They're going to try and pick up that UMP to do some work with it. But guess who's there to help at the right time once again? It's Natu. And mouz NXT have 10 grand final points.
Yeah, they do. At least 10, because right now, this is going to be finally a final that we get to see mouz in, and a possibility for them to actually win out the whole series because of this. They managed to actually be the underdogs and win not only against 3D Max, but here against Bait as well, because Bait were coming into this one as the big favorites, right? 71% of you guys that are watching right now on HLTV said that Bait would be taking away this best of 3, and look where we are. 12-2 on Ancient for the Academy, no less.
Been insane at the tier 2 level recently, have mouz NXT. I said to you that their Vertigo on the old Vertigo could trouble tier 1 and tier 1.5 teams. Well, I'm not sure about the new Vertigo, but they're already showing great stuff on that map too, even though it hasn't been in this series. And I think the veto overall for Bait as well was a little bit of a rough one, wasn't it? Knowing they decided to ban Vertigo purely because it's the new one. Had to go into War Dust 2, which is one they hadn't played on HLTV yet. It gave mouz NXT what felt like a free opening map. They may have got their nuke. We know that Ancient should have been really a middle ground one between these two teams, but mouz NXT are, well, they are absolutely on form today. It's a 4 versus 2 to try and close out this spot in the grand final. It's all down to NPL, and he has nothing to say about this one. Surely, you would expect this to be cleaned up in a matter of seconds. Prison is directly below, should be a headshot, and is. But now the information's there, now the damage has been done, should be held by PR. It's a lovely shot from NPL. You know what, I'm not counting him out of it, because you never know. But he is being converged upon from behind by Natu on a massive off angle. 1 bullet to take, 1 bullet shot, and there we go for mouz NXT. The celebration on the player cam from Natu, he is loving it, and the entirety of mouz NXT should feel exactly the same way. A brilliant performance on map 3, and they are your first finalists.
Yeah, I mean, wouldn't you, right? There you go, Natu. Big commanding off here at the end. I mean, this was great coming out of the Academy. Incredible domination play.